Hey, welcome everyone. I'm Bruce Swartz. Thanks so much for the interest in the channel, the comments, the contributions, the support, guys. We're looking at chemtrails in the sky a couple days back. Now, listen to this. I'm going to show you a couple of takes on the video to show you a bit of what the planes look like when we actually go through it. But here's the thing. There's a black line. These chemtrail planes are following a black line, a well enough defined black line in the sky. I've heard Star Miller, the girl I talk to sometimes about this, told me that she had seen the very same thing without me even mentioning it to her. So it's leading me to believe that not only here in Canada can we see those black lines, but the colors that are in the clouds, I'm starting to wonder. Of course, you have the light particles that are playing in the clouds around the sun, and it's causing colors and rainbow-like colors. But at times I look carefully at the chemtrails and the ones near the sun is changing the clouds that are close to it. I mean, sometimes, it leads me to believe that the sun really could be closer, but that's besides the point. I saw the sun also with a black line leaving it, so that leads me to believe the sun is on a ring around Earth. Simple. So I've solved it all, and no, I'm kidding. But yeah, talking about it and speculating, hypothesizing about this is going to get us a better, broader view of the whole picture of exactly what's going on. Now, the chemtrail planes have started even blocking the surface of the bloody moon. When I go out, it's incredible, and it's always funny how they're directly in that path. Here's one of the planes with no windows at all at the back. I don't know if it's a small amount of windows at the front or writing, but I'll tell you what, there's the black line. Look at what we're looking at right now. In front of the plane, there is a very well enough defined black line, and the plane is absolutely following its path. Now, what made this black line? No, it's not another plane that cut through it. It's a black line that's there, and it's very long. And for me here, it seems to run off all the way to Montreal. And this is where we see the plane. So what did I see this morning, guys? I saw 3 to 4 chemtrail lines up in the sky at 6 a.m. this morning, the minute the sun was coming up. But here's the thing. A passenger plane, Air Canada, I believe, was being diverted. We're talking a vertical lift of the wings, up and down both wings, to turn underneath the chemtrails because they were not able to land. It hit me when I saw the planes divert like that. The plane divert like that. It was ridiculous seeing it having to go around the chemtrail. And I said, of course, that if all the planes that are flying around would be like this, it'd be ridiculous. See the funnel? It's those 3 dark lines inside, they're following, again, the black line. As I zoom out, you'll see it there. It's all on the top line. It's a black line that the chemtrails are spraying that exact area. And now a drastic change. We're going to switch on over to the moon. And which crater in particular? Clavius crater. I want you to take a look at the surface. I want you to see how I'm showing the surface. Look at the structuring. This is structured objects. We don't know what these objects are. Maybe the colors are just reflections. That could very well be. But these overlaid structures, very complex, and by the thousands on the surface of the moon. There's no pixelation here. Most of you know that. And look at the objects, how they are all connected to one another in this massive, detailed setup, just like here on Earth. Sinus Iridum and Bianchini crater. One of the most amazing findings that I've found so far, and again, it's one of them. Guys, we have so many areas on the surface of the moon that there is structuring. We're going to go see even closer than I've ever been or ever showed before the surface of the moon. And we're going to look at the real thing. There it is. There are smokes and hazes or hazy spotted areas. Look carefully. Well, those areas are smaller objects and or both a haze and a smoke. Clouds possibly. But I am thinking more industrial haze or smoke from production, you know? Well, we never know. It could be water vapor, it could be anything. There's a bridge here, a very straight path. And when I say bridge, we have no idea if it's a bridge or not, but yeah, it's built and we can see it very well. I'll get my finger up on it to show you guys how everything is connected here. Now take the time. I'm sorry, but 35 miles wide, no. You're not going to tell me that that's ejecta connected to this and all these connections here. I call that very intelligent ejecta. This is a setup. It is all set up. Yes, double play of words. We possibly have been set up, yes. Look at the surface. Have you ever seen anything that mesmerizing? It's the real thing. We're looking at structures on the surface. Look at the depth and how it descends to the right there, and all the massive block-like objects that on top of those objects, well, that's where we're finding some structures. Enjoy the rest of the video, guys. Weekend's coming up. I have a big 4-day weekend next week, summer vacation in 5 weeks. 6 weeks, so we're getting there.
They were living on the moon, guys. Billions of people or beings. How could it not be inhabited now? How could billions of people have up and disappeared from a planet and have left it perfectly intact? Structures and all. It's not for nothing we see UFOs flying over the moon, obviously.